Hey, what's up, Miami? Thanks for watching. This is 305 Sports Now, and I am Will. And what a week it's been for the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins have a good week of energy. You have the famous 65-yard touchdown pass that Tua Tagovailoa has to Tyreek Hill. Then you have Tyreek Hill grabbing the microphone. You have the backflip. So things are looking really good for the Dolphins. It seems like they had a good, opening to practice. And then yesterday, boom, it happens, right? The NFL receives its findings from the independent counsel that they hired to investigate the allegations by Coach Brian Flores against the Miami Dolphins in terms of tampering and in terms also of tampering with games as well and point shaving and so on. And the league got its findings. Okay, the Miami Dolphins have suffered grave penalties. All right, Stephen Ross is suspended for 6 games, which by the way starts now. Okay, so pretty much he's not even allowed on the facility, not allowed in the stadium, not allowed at practice, not allowed in any office in relation to the Miami Dolphins. So he's literally not just done for 6 games, he's done now. Can't go to preseason games like a lot of these guys that they're about to receive suspensions. These football players, they're about to receive suspensions. They can play in the preseason, but it'll kick it in the regular season. No, 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 no. Stephen Ross is out as of right now until October 17th. He can't step foot on any type of Miami Dolphin engagement, football game, meeting, etc. Right. So Bruce Beal will be taking over Stephen Ross's ownership duties for that particular moment. All right. So another thing as well. But the Miami Dolphins, basically the penalties are they lose a first round pick for next year's draft. They lose a 2024 third round pick as well. And they're going to be fined $1.5 million by the National Football League. Now, the allegation. Now, many pundits have argued that this is a very stiff penalty because they're being pretty much charged guilty. It's a guilty charge in terms that they met with Tom Brady before they were supposed to. So that whole incident on the yacht that Brian Flores talked about, Coach Flo talked about, is absolutely true. Not only that, okay, it's also been ruled that they also met with or tried to meet with Coach pretty much Coach Sean Payton, right? Who's tampering again, who's under contract with the New Orleans Saints at the time, and they offered to meet with him. So therefore, the Dolphins are found guilty. They're suffering some grave consequences. It's absolutely insane what this franchise has been through the last few years, from Bullygate, to now what's happening with Flores and all those things. They just cannot catch a break. Stephen Ross did this because he's old, in particular, and he wants to win. But I wonder one thing. This all pretty much started, all right? This all started when Bill Belichick accidentally, quotation marks, Mr. I get in trouble with the NFL all the time, accidentally sent a text message to Brian Flores congratulating him on the Giants job when he hadn't interviewed yet, when he actually meant for Brian Dable. Okay, so that's pretty much what got Brian Flores' blood boiling. Not only that, the owner of the Miami Dolphins kind of bashed Coach Flo as being difficult to work with on a personnel level. So all those things, were a snowball effect that just led to what we have today with the Miami Dolphins. So how does it affect the Dolphins? Okay, well, um, my personal opinion, Jonathan Zaslow kind of insinuated it yesterday. Jonathan Zaslow, if you don't know him, he's a commentator for 790 The Ticket. And he kind of insinuated that the Miami Dolphins were basically caught cheating. All right, that what Coach Flo was saying, as far as 10 games, I'll give you 100K for to try to get a better draft pick. All that stuff, was not necessarily proven. He made it seem like it was proven yesterday. I could have been mishearing him, in yesterday's monologue in terms of when he talked about what's going on with the Dolphins. But the NFL did not find or not rule that the Dolphins pretty much cheated in terms of the offering of $100,000 to Brian Flores to make sure that he tanks games was true. It came across as a joke, nothing in writing, so it's very hard to prove. It's your word versus mine, and that's pretty much the way it was ruled. I do believe, though, that the 1 and a 3 that the Dolphins got hit with is because the NFL does believe there may have been, allegedly, there may have been some attempted point shaving. Obviously didn't happen. The Dolphins won 5 games that year. Ryan Fitzpatrick had a pretty decent season, especially the second half of the season. That year that it was Coach Flo's first year as the head man for the Dolphins. So they did try to win, and that was evident on the on-field play. So whatever transpired in which Coach Flores wanted, I'm sorry, in which Stephen Ross wanted Coach Flores to do didn't come to fruition. All right. It didn't happen. Okay. So the Miami Dolphins did not tank because, like I said, they won 5 games, they ended up with Tua. The whole idea was for them to have, a high enough draft pick, so they get like a Joe Burrow. They get Joe Burrow, but nope, they ended up with Tua. They could have had Justin Herbert, but they ended up with Tua instead. So that's pretty much what happened. So that's what it is. It's kind of the NFL sending a lesson in terms of integrity, because if it is proven that the Miami Dolphins did cheat, okay, and did attempt to cheat, and the cheating did occur, the NFL is going to lose millions of dollars, billions of dollars, maybe, in terms of gambling, all right, because gambling is right now at the forefront of the NFL with fantasy football, sports betting, etc. So if the Miami Dolphins are caught cheating and all this stuff happens, the NFL will take a hit because people will not want to gamble on these games because they're not there. It's going to be like gambling on professional wrestling, per se. It'll be a predetermined outcome in that regard. Although you have to, like, things have to happen for the cheating to occur, but nonetheless, that's something that the NFL does not want to deal with. So I do believe they allegedly may have felt that the Dolphins did try to tank that season, Coach Flo's first season, but Coach Flo said, no, I'm not doing that. You hired me to win games. It's my legacy. I'm going to win games. And that's pretty much what happened. So what does this leave the Miami Dolphins? Okay, I talked about in previous podcasts on Spotify. I've even talked about here on YouTube that I do believe that this is a tryout year for Tua. All right, so if Tua Tagovailoa does not have a good season, I do believe the Dolphins would be in the market for a brand new quarterback. This is a dire situation because with the Dolphins not having a first round pick and not having a third in 2024, it'll make it very hard for the Dolphins to want to trade up, depending on where they're at, trade up to get the quarterback they want. And again, this is a very saturated field of quarterbacks that are going to be graduating or leaving for the NFL, after the 2022 season. All right, it's going to be your guys like TVD, who we love locally here, your CJ Strouds, your Caleb Williams, your Malik Cunninghams, all right, as well. So these are guys that are studs that are going to be more than likely leading for the going to the NFL. The Miami Dolphins would have a chance to draft one of these guys, and they may not be able to do so unless one of them luckily falls into the second round and they could have a fine. But in a quarterback-driven league, where if you draft correctly, you're set for like 15, 16. And if you go the Brady route, maybe 20 years, in particular, I just don't see the Dolphins getting their guy because of what they just did in terms of tampering with a contract. Is the fine and the punitive punishment severe? In my opinion, yes. But I do believe the league indirectly was trying to send a message to all other 31 teams that will not be tolerated, because in the end, they want to make money. And that's what it talks. And that's what moves the NFL is the dollar. All right. So that's pretty much why the Dolphins got the 1 and the 3 taken away, and the heavy punishment and the heavy fine and the heavy punishment on the owner. All right, guys, it's quick and simple. That's it for me. All right. I am Will. If you like what you heard, please do not forget to like, subscribe by hitting that bell, bing, and share. Okay. Once again, it's 305 Sports Now. I am Will. Have a safe day. God bless, and see you soon.